Hey everyone, it's the minister here. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. It's beautiful here in Colorado, and I've never felt better. Um, just on a personal note, I guess. But hey, I wanted to discuss something with anyone and everyone who might be watching. Hopefully, a lot of people get to watch this. But I want to talk about anger. For many years, uh, I was very angry, looking at the world through, and may I say, dark glasses on a continuous basis. You begin to be fearful of things you shouldn't be, which then creates this anger. And it comes out like a venom from a viper. You lash out at those that you love, and you end up hurting yourself along with those others that you're lashing out at. It took me a while to understand and learn why I was so angry. And of course, when I kind of came to light about it, uh, many years back, when I really started to study about the Holy Bible and Jesus, and you know, through the stories of Jesus, I have learned why you shouldn't be angry. Okay, why you shouldn't waste your time. Now, this is just a theory, a hypothesis. Um, maybe you can figure it out in the mathematical equation. I'm not up to that type of math. But let's look at it this way. What if, and we know if you're, have any learning and intelligence about the Bible, you know that there's a great deal of the Bible that you cannot take literally. That there's a lot of analogies in there, and in other different levels uh, of what that scripture is actually trying to portray. Not any specific scripture. But I learned that when you become hateful, when you become angry, and a lot of this is based off of fear. And sometimes it's a learned fear from childhood that continues on. But when you act on that, you are making a living hell for yourself. Let's just say that the hell that the New Testament talks about isn't a literal hell that an individual spirit would go to. What it is that when you waste your conscious energy on hatred and acting out to hate, you've already created a living hell. And them thoughts can never be taken back. Those actions can never be taken back. They are forever. Now, don't get me wrong, please. I am not holier than thou, but I have kind of found this insight because of all of the trauma that I went through as a kid, and then from trying to figure it out, trying to make myself a better person. And I cannot exclude why or the first steps of my path to doing this. And the first steps was, believe it or not, learning about the stories of Jesus. Again, I'm not a Christian, but I will not deny what them stories have done for me as a person. Believe me, people with pasts, childhoods similar to mine, a lot of times can't escape them emotions. And they constantly live in a state of fear and then anger. Sometimes thinking that violence is going to eliminate the anger. And of course it doesn't. it's important. It's important for yourself. It's important for us as a whole. If you have problems, don't neglect them. If you are one that wants or is constantly angry about life and every little bit of it, then you have created a hell for yourself. But it's not too late because you're still alive. You can take that back. And I'm not talking about your actions. I'm talking about changing, or what Jesus calls repenting. So in other words, change your thoughts. Change your actions toward other people. You know, of course, those that are your family and that you love, but those that aren't. You know, there's a scripture there that Jesus talks about loving your enemy. Because there's really no reward in loving those that already love you. That's almost a given. But loving those that don't love you, you're saying a lot about who you are and what you've learned. And you're saying a lot about how much respect and love that now you have come across for your neighbors. You know what I mean? That little town you live in, that big city, that neighborhood, the county, whatever. You then are showing that love, which also, like the hatred and anger, is forever. When you have thoughts of love and you act on them thoughts of love, that also is forever. Now, there are times, and I'm not going to lie, there are times that I have looked at others' lives and compared mine to theirs, which, you know, we are all warned about that. But I did it, warned or not, you know, a lot of things in life, my life on a personal basis, you know, I really have to learn through acting. And it will make a much better world for you. But when I compared myself to these people, I didn't see, even though I kept saying to myself, these people are good people. You know what I mean? I didn't see their whole life. But we can take a lot of a person's outer view and see that, you know what, maybe, you know, they do love people because they've seen the value of their community. And maybe they love them no matter if they have money or not, you know, because I, of course, have a personal, or used to have a personal thing against people that had money. Because a lot of times, a lot of them grew up in a more normal type of childhood with not as much trauma. And so they were given all the tools that they needed to be emotionally successful. And, you know, you don't find much hate in them either. Though some of them, you know, may seem or act like they are better than the others. They're not. We all know that because we all end up in the ground. Or dead, as I'm, you know, trying to refer. So, but this is the whole point of today with Growing with the Minister. And it's a part of every day, every time that I try to speak to anyone that will listen to me on YouTube or whatever medium I got. It can't hurt to love your neighbor. And showing them actions of love and having them thoughts of love is forever. And that is heaven to me. Thanks, everybody. This is the Minister. You have a great day. Hey, subscribe, guys. All right? Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. Slowly but surely, I'm changing. And I want to show this to those because I want everybody to know that might have problems in their life, that you can fight through it with love. I'm not saying it's not going to stop death, but believe me, that love and that action will last forever. Peace out, guys.